Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Emma and this is a knitting podcast, and today I do have a little bit of sewing to show you, but this is going to be mostly a knitting podcast. This is going to be a classic podcast where I show you my finished object, my works finished object, just single, I just have one, my works in progress and my plans. So I hope you're comfortable, that you have maybe something to drink, something to work on, and let's get started. So as I said, I have one finished object which I'm really excited about, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to show you my works in progress that I have fixed and I am fixing. So I'm really happy about that too, because in the last episode I had many problems with my works in progress, and I'm looking down because I have everything down here, and then some plans that I'm really excited to start or to think about. Some sewing, because I'm really happy I started sewing again, and I have a giveaway to announce. So lots of things to talk about today. I have my warm drink because it's cold today, it's raining. So spring weather, but with rain. So and it's the perfect temperature. What I'm wearing. I was sick in the past few days, so I hope it's gonna be okay for you. I'm sorry if I cough a little bit. This is, I'm just going to go a bit further, but this is the Pavlova sweater by Loli Lafay that I made a few years ago. At least 5 years ago, I would say, that I made in Isager Alpaca. I think you can really see it. It's hand dyed, and so you can see that it's very variegated. On top here, you can see it. You can also see it here a lot more. I can't remember if I knitted 1 or 2 skeins. I'd say just 1, but as you can see, it's very variegated. Depending on where the sweater points. Here it's a lot more. Anyway, and I think I already showed it to you on the podcast. I don't wear it a lot. I do love it, but I don't wear it a lot because I have a sleeve issue. And I'm just going to show it to you. It was a test knit. So this was my first sleeve here, and as you can see, it's really big here, and I don't like that. And this is the second one, and this is a lot better. So I should fix this one, but it's Isager Alpaca. I still have a little bit left. I have it here. For a long time I think it might be in here. I'm going to make a lot of noise, and it might not even be in here. I think I put it somewhere else now. For a long time I had it in this basket. But anyway, I think I still have a little bit left of it, and so I could fix it, but it's Isager Alpaca, so it's quite annoying to unravel. I'm not even sure it's possible. Anyway, I should do a whole episode on fixing my knits, because I have lots of them that I don't wear enough because I have small issues with them. So that could be another episode. So that was just what I'm wearing, and let's start with my finished object. And I'm so proud to show it to you because this is the Brume scarf here. Which is my design. And I finished it and I released the pattern. So it's now available on Ravelry if you want to knit it. So yeah, I'm so excited to share this with you because this is my first pattern release. And so I really like it. I absolutely love it. This was my second sample. I'm just showing you the first sample that I made. You can actually see the pattern on here a lot better. So just to start again. So this is made in Phildar, in the Phil Soft, which is discontinued, unfortunately, but it's a blend with alpaca. It's a chainette yarn, and it has alpaca in it, I think some wool, and a little bit of polyester in it, I think. This was some stash yarn. I had 40 grams left, so like a bit more than 1.5 balls, because I used it a long time ago for a sweater. Can I actually show it to you? I'm going to show it to you. Let me grab it. Okay, I have it. This is a tangent, but I think it's really nice to actually see it. So many years ago when I started knitting, I bought a few balls of this yarn. They didn't have enough of one color to make a sweater, so I bought two different colors, not really knowing what to do with it, with those balls. So those were the two colors. And I had a very specific idea in mind, and I wanted a sweater with some cables in front. This is drop shoulders, and so I designed it because I couldn't find a pattern that I liked. And I had this exact design in my mind. So, but I started knitting, so I had no idea of a lot of things. And so the color is too wide. See, I didn't even with my ends in. I still have all of them out, but yeah. The sleeves are too long. I don't like color blocks, so I'm not wearing it for that. And also drop shoulders, not my favorite construction. Those two colors, I think I kind of felted it at one point. So yeah, mostly the color too wide and sleeves too long and a little bit felted. So yeah, so this was the sweater that I made, and I had 1.5 ball of yarn left. So those are 25 grams balls, and so I had 40 grams left, so I thought this is perfect for this scarf, so let's use it. And just to show you, this is how much I have left of the yarn. So perfect. And just about the construction. So, and then I'm going to talk about the pattern release. But this is first, I did it with this one because this is the yarn La Ferme des Cycles La de Brume, which is a woolen spun yarn, undyed, 100% wool, non-superwash, from France. And what was the blend of the sheeps? I had the breeds. There's a little bit of merino in it. There's Shropshire, I think, and a third breed. Can't remember, but I love this yarn. It blooms really nicely. It's really nice to wear. I made already a scarf for my toddler with it. a hat. What else did I make? Socks, mittens. Yeah. So yeah. And so I had this yarn and I wanted to make, I had this idea in my mind, so I played with it and I got this scarf. This is actually the sample that my partner loves. I like both of them, but you know, I'm not impartial. But my partner prefers a lot more this one. I think my toddler loves this one better too, but yeah, everyone has their own tastes. So this one is a little bit stiffer, and this is more like cloudy. I don't know how to say it, you know, but yeah. Anyway, so it's knit from tip to tip, so from one point to the other, and there's this very, very simple cable running down there, and it's actually so nice because you don't have to actually use a cable needle, and it's easy to remember how to make it. And so you start here and you increase on both sides, and it's actually very easy to modify to have it to have a larger scarf or a longer one. Some of the testers actually made it longer because they wanted to have a longer scarf. But it's also easy to make it smaller if you don't want to if you want to have only one knot at the front and not too long stripes of the scarf, so you can make it smaller, but yeah, all longer. And I was saying I only have a little bit left of my yarn. It's very good for stash busting because you can actually just weigh your yarn, know how much you need, and for the increases and for the increase, and so you can actually just decrease, leave that much yarn left, and then decrease. So that's how I only have this left. I don't like to play yarn chicken, so I left 1 more gram of yarn to ensure that I could decrease entirely. And so yeah, this is my second sample. So I made one first sample, wrote the pattern as I went, and then redid a second sample just to ensure that it was clear. So here it is. I'm gonna show it to you like this. The test knit is finished, and I had lovely testers who made beautiful versions, and I think it's so nice to actually be able to see other versions, with other yarns, other colors, and that made me want to make more. So here it is, how it looks like. I didn't put it really well, but yeah. So yeah. And I think this is it. I don't think I have anything more to say about this scarf. But since the pattern is out, and since this is my first pattern release, I wanted to make a giveaway to make you win a copy of the pattern. So to participate, the rules are quite simple. So you just have to subscribe to my channel and write a comment. Whatever you want to say. It could be what you're working on, which yarn you would knit this scarf, or whatever you want, or just anything else. It's open worldwide, and yeah, I will announce the winner in the next episode. So yeah, just that simple. But yeah, and I will pick 2 winners. So yeah, that's it, I think, for the giveaway. But yeah, I hope that you like it as much as I like this pattern, and that you will want to knit it too. So yeah, that's it for the finished object. I don't think I have anything else to say about this pattern. I'm going to keep it around my throat because it hurts a little bit. So it's really warm and it's perfect. So I think I'm gonna keep it. Now for the works in progress. I have different ones. I'm going to show you the first one that works pretty well. I'm still knitting on it. And this is this pair of socks that I'm making for my toddler. I showed it to you in the last episode. And it's some vanilla socks but with ribbing, just because I think it fits better, and it's for a toddler, so I want him to be able to grow into those socks. Here it is. So I made a 2x2 ribbing, and then 3x1 for the cuff, and then 3x1 for the leg, and then for the foot at the top part, and then I've got just plain stockinette stitch at the bottom. And yeah, just knitting on it. This stitch marker is just to know where I measured my toddler's foot. I measured it on his foot, and then I know that I have 6 centimeters left to make. I made about 5, so I still have 1 centimeter left to go until I decrease for the toes, and I have 2 centimeters to make the toes. And I want to make anatomical toes, so only decrease on one side. The yarn that I'm using, it's this one. I don't have the tag anymore. Left it somewhere. I have it, but left it somewhere. The yarn is called Sous le Noyer. It's a Belgium yarn, stock yarn, but I couldn't find. I looked on Ravelry because I wasn't sure. This is called a sock yarn, non-superwash, 100% wool, nylon free. You know, the kind of wool that I like by now, but yeah. And what was I going to say? Yes, I think it's a new yarn for them because I only found one other project on Ravelry with this yarn. And so it's yeah, as a sock yarn, when I bought it, I bought it on at a yarn festival. They didn't tell me it was thicker than fingering weight yarn. Maybe it's like sport yarn, but the way it is made or the kind of yarn, it makes it thicker. I tried knitting it as a fingering weight yarn, doesn't work. So it's kind of a sport decay weight yarn. And I'm still knitting it on 1.5 millimeter needles, I think. But you know, I'm a loose knitter. And I wanted, yes, it's 1.5. So my very thin needles. I can't say I really enjoy knitting with this yarn. I think it's because I'm knitting it at such a small gauge too. It's a little bit stiff, it's a little bit dry, so a little bit tough on the hands. And I'm scared to break my needles, so I'm really careful with it. But yeah, anyway, my toddler really likes them. It's hand-dyed yarn with plants. Can't remember which ones. It's written on the tag, but I don't have it with me. I have it somewhere. And it's my toddler who chose the yarn color. So I have this whole skein for just those tiny socks. So he'll have several pairs of socks or mittens or something else with it. because it's not my favorite color. I like it. I think it's really, I like knitting on it because, well, with this color, because I think it's a happy color. Although it's quite dark, but yeah. It changes from what I can knit on. So I like it. But yeah, I wouldn't knit something for me to wear. So I think it's going to be just for him. Hoping he will still like purple for a long time. And I'm going to try making those socks a little bit bigger than his feet, so he can have them for this spring and for winter. Next winter is gonna be night socks. He likes wearing socks to sleep. So yeah, not much left to say. I'm just knitting on it. Mostly what I was doing was in the past few weeks since the last episode was that I was knitting on my half and half triangle wrap by Purl Soho. I can just show it to you really quickly because I have it here, but for you, if you watch the last episode, you won't see much of a difference, but that was my main whip in the past week mostly. But yeah, if you want to have more information, you can watch the last episode, because I don't want to talk to you about this pattern in every podcast because it's gonna take a long time to make. But this is the yarn. This is made in Sandnes Garn Super Soft, and this is my second ball of yarn, 50 grams. There are not skeins, and I have, I think, 5 of each color, and this is my second one. So as you can see, far from being done, but I like it. And I went away with my 2 children for 5 days, and so I took this with me because, you know, I wasn't going to take a sweater where I have sleeve issues. I needed something where I didn't have to think about anything. Even the socks, I didn't want to measure anything. So this is what I took, and didn't really knit on it much, as you can imagine, because my partner stayed at home. So yeah, because he worked. Anyway, my other 2 whips that I have, I'm looking at them. Maybe I can show you the one that I have here. So, if you watched the last episode, you saw that I had sleeve issues on both my sweaters. As you can see with this one too. But I'm very specific with my sleeves. I don't like them to be too wide. I don't like them to be too tight. I want them to fit with the fit of the pattern. So I'm losing the yarn. So yeah, I'd rather redo the sleeves if I have something that doesn't work with them, because otherwise I won't wear them. This is a great example of it. So the first one is this one. This is the Monday sweater by Petiteknit here, and I had made more of the sleeves, but I had issues with them because they were too wide. So unraveled everything and started again. So one of you suggested in the last episode that I actually do something with the number of stitches I pick up under the sleeves, which is a great idea, because it's for this one it was too wide. So I had picked up one extra stitch on both sides here than recommended by the pattern, because I feel like otherwise there are holes in here. And so when I redid the sleeves here, I didn't pick up those two extra stitches, but you know, I have holes, but I'll close them at the end. I think it's gonna be okay. And I do think it's okay. It's a little bit wide, but it should be okay. So I'm going to continue the decreases like this. I think I'm decreasing every 4th row now for this one. Everything is written in Ravelry because, you know, every time I go back, like if I change something, I think it's really important that I write everything. So it's useful both for me and for you if you want to make the same modifications. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I'm not going to talk about the whole pattern because again, I don't want to explain everything, because if you're watching all of the episodes, you don't want me to explain the same things over and over again. So yeah, I talked a lot about it in the last episode. But just to show you that I did that. So after I finished filming the last episode, I unraveled like all of my sleeves to start again. Yeah. So I'm going to go a little bit further on this one first and then knit the second one. But just to see if I like the fit or if I have to change something else again. So this was my first one. Sleeves too wide, and second one, it was the opposite. The sleeves were too tight. So on this one, it's just in the pattern the sleeves were too wide, so I wanted to taper them a little bit more. On the other one, the sleeves were straight sleeves, which I don't like, so I tapered them, but a little bit too much, and I think I modified the pattern a lot, and so I think I didn't have enough stitches on my needle when I started the sleeves, because I think that I liked the ratio that I had, like how many decreases I made was good, but it was just not big enough at the beginning. This time I thought that I took the magazine with me. So this is the Franky sweater by Sandnes Garn, and it's in this magazine. I think I never took it to show it to you, so it's also good to be able to, for you to see how it looks like. Is this one? No. It's this one. Oh, it's actually the photo from the front page. So yeah, as you can see, the sleeves are really, really wide. So I wanted to taper them, but yeah. And so it's in this one that I made the biggest modification based on one of you who commented to say to pick up less or more stitches under the arm. I was a little bit scared that it would be because you could need more room at the top of the shoulder. I was a little bit scared it would be a little bit bulky here. It doesn't seem to be. So I'm gonna drink a little bit. In here, since I modified quite a lot of pattern, I didn't pick up as many stitches as recommended in the pattern for the body, because I thought it was way too much and the body was large enough. So I picked up 15 stitches instead of 20 for the body, and well, I casted on 15 instead of 20. For the sleeves, I did pick up 17, so 2 extra stitches last time, but it wasn't enough. And so this time I picked up 21 stitches, which seems to be better. I tried it on and I think it's better like this, just with 4 extra stitches. And so I'm going to knit a little bit on it and then try it on again. Oh, and I lost my needles. I can't find them anymore. Sorry, my throat is still hurting a little bit, so I'm still coughing a little bit. But yeah, I lost my needles. I don't know where I put them. They might be in a bag or something, but I can't find my 3.5mm needles anymore. The other ones, so I'm using those ones, but it's just the cable that I don't like that much. But anyway, at least I have some others, so I can still knit on it. But yeah, it seems to be good. So I'm going to knit a little bit on the sleeve like this. I'm doing the decreases. You can see them here. So every 6 rounds, and I'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to make a few more centimeters, try it on, see if it goes, if it's okay. And that's it. Not blocked yet. I don't want to block it first because I don't know. This is, I keep forgetting the name of the yarn. I bought it at the same yarn festival as the sock yarn, and this is Terroir Laine. I absolutely love this yarn. French yarn, French sheeps, undyed, and I love how it's woolen span, and I love how heathered it is. And I just can't wait to wear it. And at the moment, it's raining, it's getting cold again. So I'm like, I could wear it actually. I was like, I want to finish knitting on it for the summer, so I don't have it on my needles anymore. But I wasn't thinking about wearing it. For me, I would be wearing it next autumn or winter. But now I'm like, yeah, I could wear it before the summer. I won't have it done by then, though. So, but yeah, yeah, a lot of talking just to say this for the sleeves. So I'm gonna stop talking about this one because I think I talked already a lot about it. So I have my 2 balls of yarn here from the sleeves because, well, I made both sleeves until I realized, no, it won't be good. So I had to remake them. So that's it for the works in progress. Now I have 2 things. I have knitting plans with a swatch, and I'm really excited about this one too. Really excited about all my projects today. It's not always the case, especially when something goes wrong, but seeing that for the sweaters I kind of fixed the issues. It goes well now, so yeah. Sorry if I'm talking really fast. I feel like I'm talking really fast, so I'm going to try to slow down. So yeah, I've got a few things in this bag. So the first one, I have my sewing things in here too. I'm going to take my notes. So I think it was 2 years ago. It's been a long time now. We went to Portugal to visit a friend living there. So, of course, I went to Rosa Pomar shop, Retrosaria, and bought a lot of yarn. A lot of sock yarn, mondim, and I wanted to buy a sweater quantity. And I found, I think, which one did I find first? One of the 2, I can't remember. But I loved this rusty color, and so I thought I have to make something with it, and I just found 2 yarns that would look good together. So the first one is apresenta. No, apresenta. Is it the name of the? No, apresenta must mean presents. I don't know. This is Soft Donegal. I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese, so sorry if I'm saying something wrong. And this is more of a sport weight yarn, I think. But no, a fingering weight yarn, sorry. And this is Isager Alpaca 1. So this is 100% alpaca, and it's a lace weight yarn. And I wanted to say something about this. And this is 100% wool. And yeah, and so I made a swatch, and I think it was when this designer was making her sample or doing the test knit, or when she released the pattern, I can't remember. But I fell in love with the pattern from Vert, the Matcha jumper. I think the construction is really well made, and so I made this swatch. I have this in here just to remember which needle size I used to make this swatch, so I keep it in here. But this is my swatch. And I love it. I love it. I'm not going to start with knitting on this before I finish my 2 other sweaters, but I wanted to actually just make a swatch, see if it was okay, because I want to make the matcha jumper with this yarn. I had this in mind for a very long time. I have the yarn. I do think I need 1 more ball of this yarn, which I can't find anywhere, so I will have to order it from Portugal. But yeah, I'll see once I start knitting on it. But yeah, my swatch. And yeah, so the plan is getting real. The other swatch that I want to make is a little bit harder to make because it's color work. It's the Marit cardigan from Christian Drysdale, and it's a color work all over a color work swatch that I have to make. So it's gonna be, I have the yarn too, but I haven't made the swatch yet. 1 at a time. So yeah, this is my plan, and I'm so excited about this one. And I think it looks really good. I like the fabric that it makes. At first I was like, this is maybe a little bit dense, I'm not sure, but I think it's gonna be really good. And since it has alpaca in it with this one, it's gonna drape a little bit. Even though the fabric is a little bit dense, it has alpaca, so it will drape a little bit more than if it was just dense fabric with wool. So yeah, that's it for the knitting part, the knitting plans. Now, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about sewing. Oh yeah, and for this yarn, I wanted to have a simple pattern to go with this yarn because it's already a tweed yarn, so didn't want to have something with cables or too many things to look at. But still something that was nice to wear. That, yeah, you know, just a basic jumper that is well thought. So I think that's the Matcha jumper. For sewing, sorry, it started raining very heavily, so I hope you can't hear it. It's actually ice, so that's why it makes so much noise, so I hope it's gonna be okay. But yeah, I was telling you, it's really cold. Anyway, so for sewing, I have a baby at home with me all the time, plus a toddler in the morning, in the evenings, and during the weekends. So I can't make a really big project. I don't have like 3 hours in front of me, but I still wanted to sew something and to start again. So I thought that I needed to change a little bit my mind and think, well, maybe I can prepare the fabric at some point, and then prepare the pattern, and then cut into the fabric for 10 minutes, maybe finish cutting into the fabric like for 15 minutes the day after. So not thinking that I have to do everything at the same time, but that I could, like in the same day, but maybe that I could have a project that I would do throughout a week, for example, or 2 weeks. But thinking maybe I can have like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and still sew something. A bit like I can do with knitting. Except with sewing, it takes a little bit more space. It's not just a knitting project that I have. I can take it, knit on it and put it back. Sewing takes a little bit more space, especially with the sewing machine. So I did 2 things. I have them here. And I also wanted to learn how to quilt. So I watched a video. There are many videos out there on YouTube, so can't remember which one I watched, but you can find a lot of videos if you want to do it. But yeah, this is my little quilting store. It's not perfect, I know, not everything is at the right place, but I think it's not so bad. I think like here it's not really good. But yeah, I think overall it's not so bad. I don't know what to do with this now. Maybe a project bag. I think the contrast is not high enough. I took some scrap fabric that I had, just cotton, but I think the blue is too dark to go with this one. But I'm so happy. I loved doing it, and I loved it so much that I want to make more. Now I started looking at everything I could do quilting. Like I want to make a jacket. Yes, like I have time to do that. No, not at the moment, but you know, just making this made me really, really happy. So I think I'm going to do sew a little pouch or something like this with this. But yeah, it just made me feel like I could sew some things and that I had the time to do it. I just have to do a few bits here and there, and that's it. And yeah, even though I don't have like 2 or 3 hours in front of me. And the second project that I didn't make is one that my toddler made because he wanted to learn how to sew. I told him a few times that he could learn hand sewing. He didn't like that. He wanted to do it with a sewing machine, which I understand. And so I thought that he could make a bookmark. Here it is. So this is a fabric that we found at a thrift store. He chose it, and I just cut the pieces. I wanted it to be a little bit stiff, so I put 3. It's a cotton. Is it called quilt cotton, or I think? But you know, it's a little bit thick. And I put 3 layers of this fabric here, so it's not too soft. And I put this, I don't know how it's called, on top of it, so it goes out of the book. And he really likes bookmarks because he wants, when we don't finish a book, and he likes not only books with stories, but books to learn things. And so we don't finish them because it would take us hours. So we put a bookmark in it, and we always find like this piece of paper or this other book, something to put in them. So I thought it would be nice for him to actually sew a bookmark, which is okay if it's not perfect, and it's not. So I wanted him to be able to learn straight lines. So this is what we did. So he did the lines here, the quilting lines, on like here and here. On the other side, he only made those here, and he didn't want to make the other ones. toddler concentration. Like, this was too much to have both sides plus those the other side. So he made the how is it called? I don't know. Like this sewing around it to close it. We turned it and then remade another top stitch, yeah, and then sewed the quilting lines on both sides and that stopped here. Which is actually a lot for a toddler. I think he's 4, and it took him a lot of time, and I think the lines are not so bad. I was using I was turning on the machine like with the pedal. Is it how it's called, the pedal? And he was just using his hands to actually sew. But yeah, I think it's just so nice, and I think I want to cut some fabric to make more, so he could make a present for his teachers at school, for his nanny too, for the end of the year, which is going to be quite soon. So yeah, I think it's a great way to actually have a quick project, because I don't think he would be able to make something too long. He sees the result, he can use it every day, remembering that he made it, and I think this is just super cool to have and to do. So yeah, this was the other sewing project that I kind of didn't really make, but yeah, I wanted to show it to you, because I don't know, if you have kids, maybe that gives you an idea of what you could do with them, to like a first sewing project that's quite easy and fast to make. And if the lines are not perfect, not really straight, it doesn't matter. I had to actually keep myself from saying it's not perfectly straight and thinking this is his project. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be his make. So yeah. And so I want to sew more things. First, I want to do more of those stars. I want to make the pouch to go with it. And I want to make more of those. And I want to make also trousers. I want to make the bisque trousers by Vivian Xiaochen. Xiaochen, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Because I think they would be a great fit. I still have, like, I know I won't have my body that will be stabilized at least for like 6 more months after being pregnant. So I really don't mind that. It's just I know that I can't make clothes that fit perfectly right now, because my body will continue to change. So I thought that this one with elastic would be really great, but it still has pleats at the front, so it's still kind of it's not just elastic pants, elastic waist. In which way do I put it? Waist elastic pants? Yeah, I think. But it's something that I like to wear, that I feel comfortable in, but still looks good. So I think that's going to be the next project too. I can do a toile. I'm looking at my fabric here. I can do a wearable toile, so I don't waste too much time knitting, sewing in something that I won't wear, and especially if it's not absolutely perfect, it's okay, because it won't be something that I will be wearing for a very long time, because it's my actual body. So yeah, that's another project, sewing project. So that's it for today. I won't be blabbering too much more than what I already did. I think it's gonna be quite a long episode. I felt like I didn't have much to show you, but then I talked a lot today, I think. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you're still watching at this point, don't forget to participate to the giveaway if you want to. If you want to win the pattern for this scarf, for the Brume scarf. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Bye!